Welcome back. Thank you guys for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. This is how we get down each and every week. This is your man, Ronnie Ron.
Prince Hakeem.
The new Jordan era, baby. Let's go. Let's get it.
Wonderful, man. We got a wonderful show for you today with a wonderful topic from New Jordan era. But we also play independent music here. Not that shoot 'em up gang bang stuff. We don't do that. If you're an independent artist, we'll play your song in the beginning of the show or the ending of the show. We do R&B and good rap music. So today, I want to play a brother of ours from South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, Mr. KG. KG from South Carolina. Okay, people? What goes around comes around. Let's get it.
Oh yeah. See, you women always think it's the man, huh? But let me tell you about my woman and the little shady shit she did to me. She was out with him, not even thinking of me. Little did you know, I already knew. And it hurt me so bad, I almost cried. See, your best friend told it all, no lie. What goes around, see what goes around, comes back around, come back around. You know what else she told me, y'all? This what she told your boy Kenny. She said this. She said, Kenny, I know you a good man, and you don't deserve this, but I hope you understand. See, your old lady been creeping around, so let me tell you what's going down. What goes around, you see that, baby? Comes back around. People who you think your friends, they really ain't your friend, cause they see everything you got, and they want it. You know what else she told me? And I couldn't even believe it. When you at work, she brings him to your home, laughing and drinking and getting it on. Not even knowing good men are hard to find. So I've been thinking you should be mine, oh mine. What goes around, see what goes around, comes back around, come back around. And you know what she did? She sat me down and told me what a real woman was about. And she said this. It saddens me to see you done so wrong, cause you're a good man that takes care of home. And I'm a woman that's searching for my own man. So here's my number, just call my phone. Now don't you worry, cause I got your back. No other woman put it down like that. And I'm so glad that you understand, cause I can love you better than she can. See, I don't wanna do it, but I ain't got no other choice. I was a good man, I came home, I worked. All I did is go to work studio. Try to prove to her the kind of man that I was. But I guess she felt like being with another man, the grass was green on the other side. But little did she know, her best friend saw everything that she should have saw in me. And now I'm just like, I might as well. See what goes around, comes back around, come back around.
That was for the independent show. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. So, as y'all can see, what's on our page and what the topic of today is, and like Sir Ronnie kind of pulled this up, and I wanted to push us to the topic of our successful black businesses being forced out of malls or shopping centers, because of racism, discrimination, all that type of stuff. So this is like some of the first time I hear something like that. Well, actually, it's not the first time I hear something like that. But like I said, we're gonna play a video for you guys to show the link on the story of how some malls like in the Southwest in the Carolinas, and show how there's how black businesses are being pushed out of malls or shopping centers and try to push them to fail. So you get a chance, go ahead, King, play the video, and then after that we're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Definitely. You send it to me?
Yeah, it should be on the link. It should be there.
Perfect.
Hey, good afternoon, Christopher.
Black businesses are moving into malls and making big money.
We did over $1 million in sales.
It was really blood, sweat, and tears, and I was proud of it.
But the Shade Room spoke to several black business owners who say that as they became more successful, their malls are now kicking them out, terminating their leases without warning. Is it racism or is something else going on? I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Italia Tally was only in her new store for about 8 months. She sold clothes and beauty products for women at the South Park Mall. It's right near Richmond, Virginia. She says that on Christmas Eve, the mall manager stormed into her store with a lease termination notice. And when she asked why, she could not believe what he said next.
He said, "You can't tie Santa up. You can't tie Santa with the rope."
These were the Christmas banners that Tally says that she had displayed in her store. She says that it was a holiday campaign featuring Santa Claus and a group of models. One banner said, quote, "The nice list." The other banner said, quote, "The naughty list," with Santa Claus tied up with Christmas ribbon.
I went with naughty or nice. That's a common theme when you think about Christmas.
She says that the banners were up for weeks, but on Christmas Eve, the mall manager, Greg Byastock, handed her a large envelope and left.
And I read maybe the first 2 lines where it states that my lease was being terminated. I don't even think I finished the letter before I just kind of closed my gate and ran out the back.
She says she approached him about it.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't have to talk about it. This is what I said. It's final.
Here's the lease termination agreement. Nowhere does it state a specific reason why. She was given less than a full week to vacate.
Does your lease say anything about pictures that may be offensive?
No, I've never had any written warnings. It's not in my lease or contract about photography. I said, "Well, can I take the pictures down?" "No, it's already done." Then he said, "We can sue you for defamation of character." And I was like, huh? I literally had to just break it apart. A lot of stuff we couldn't save. I had to trash, I had to get rid of. We had to break down just to get out.
She called India Miles, a black journalist in the area who started investigating.
This is the second business that has been asked to leave the mall under these pretenses. And that's why I have to assume that the community is so outraged.
Truth be told, I'm the most hurt out of everybody.
There was community outrage last year when Mike Phillips, owner of Sir Castle Tees in Durham, North Carolina, went viral. He says that he made over $1 million in a short 6 months selling specialty sneakers and custom clothing and accessories.
We had no issues, no problems. We paid our rent on time. We were one of the most popular stores in the mall.
But he was told by management at the South Point Mall that he had to close. The news came after a shooting occurred inside the mall on Black Friday 2021, but the shooting was nowhere near his store. It was 25 stores away, he says, near a Foot Locker.
Fast forward a month and 2 days later, around the 27th of December, we received a letter saying that they were looking to go a different direction. They said, "Well, we have too many sneaker stores, but I'm not listed as a sneaker store on you guys' mall directly. You guys has me as a specialty store."
Do you think it's because of your race or the clients that you bring to the mall? Do they not want this type of client? What do you think it is?
I feel like if the shooting on Black Friday never occurred, I wouldn't be in this situation. But once the news picked it up and everybody else picked it up, they took a couple steps back. It was like, all right, okay, maybe we're in the wrong.
He says that the mall did make some promises to relocate him, but a year has gone by and that has not happened. We did go through his lease agreement and it is spelled out that it is a short-term lease and, quote, revocable at will and without cause. We reached out to Brookfield Properties, who owns the South Point Mall. They told us they'd look into it with their leasing agents. We're still waiting for a response. But in a statement to Spectrum News last year, they said, quote, all short-term licenses permit termination, and termination is not uncommon for these types of agreements. It is our company policy not to comment on licensees or even tenants. We are aware that there has been speculation about the reason for the termination, but unfortunately are not able to publicly discuss the circumstances that led to this decision, even on background or off the record.
It just tells me that they don't want black people in the mall.
It happened to Kendron Haggerty too. His popular sneaker store called Agenda in the Galleria Mall in Houston was a big attraction even for celebrities, but he was forced out last fall. He figured out why.
We always get moved, the temporary leases get moved, but they said, oh, we got one more thing to tell you, you can't sell shoes. And I'm like, man, that's 60% of my business. How do you expect me to survive? And they just was like, oh, well, the deal is already done and deal with it.
He says that malls are selling short-term leases, often to small business owners, to fill space until a bigger long-term store comes in. He says the Galleria offered him a spot in a dead zone of the mall and told him that he could no longer sell sneakers. He asked to be moved to a better location.
And their wording was, we don't want any urban stores. But, in layman's terms, you know what that means.
A spokesperson from the Galleria told the Houston Chronicle back then, quote, the tenant has been in the center for 4 years, and 6 months ago he negotiated and signed a new temporary lease agreement, agreeing to relocate, and in return received a significant reduction in rent. We are operating under the terms of that mutually agreed to and signed contract and expect our tenant to do so as well. Any insinuation that we acted in a discriminatory manner is baseless and totally unfounded. This is not how we operate, and we flatly reject the assertion. End quote. But Haggerty says that he was forced to sign a new agreement without knowing what was happening.
A couple of years ago, this wasn't a big deal. This was like, oh, okay, you want to sell shoes and clothes? Fine. But as the sneaker industry is $1 billion industry now, you have big corporations and investors that want to get into it now, who didn't believe it at first.
We did get a response from CBL Properties, the owners of South Park Mall, where the general manager kicked out Italia Talley over her Christmas banners. We wanted to know why a successful black business owner and paying tenant was abruptly moved. We got a statement from their spokesperson, Stacey Keating, who says, quote, that while we do not typically comment on tenant matters, we felt that it was important to address the conversation around this situation. After learning about the termination, we began a review of the events and are continuing to examine the matter and will take appropriate action if necessary. We regret the situation occurred and have reached out to Ms. Talley and have offered an alternative resolution. We value the diversity of the tenants in our properties, as well as the diverse perspectives, backgrounds, and experiences that we derive from our team, our retailers, and our customers. We do not tolerate any form of discrimination and take any suggestion of such seriously. Talley says that she was offered to return to the South Park Mall, but she's not sure right now. She spent a lot of money tearing it all down, so right now she says she's just trying to figure it all out. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter.
So, well, people, there it is. So, you showed a video about it. Now we're going to talk about it. So, guys, I want to hear you guys on it because I have a very different perspective on this. But I want to hear from you guys first.
I might not like mine.
We might, well, Hakeem, we might be on the same link here, but I want to hear from you guys first because I want to bring up a name. You guys be like, oh, I remember this guy. But go ahead.
Well, to me, that was this is a great topic. I didn't really watch the video, so I'm glad that you actually showing the video. This is to me one of the biggest issue within our community. I think me and Hakeem and you, Jordan, we talk about this a lot. How blacks should have their own stuff. That's to avoid all this from happening. Get your own. But yet, if they want to have businesses in other establishments, you got to go by the rules and regulation. Now, what he's saying is true. Based on the documents, they do allow small lease for a small company because they want to sell out the big lease to companies like Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, stuff that they know is going to bring revenue. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it a buck. Most of the time, black people don't shop black. We don't. So they don't see us as profitable. So why would they give you a longer lease knowing the fact that the black businesses ain't going to make no form of collateral? Most of the time, if a black shop is there and the Gucci's there, which one people going to go first? They're going to go to the Gucci instead of going to the back or instead of going to the black establishment. It's a well-known fact. So I think those type of companies and those malls see those things. So they say, you know what? We know blacks don't really shop black. So why would we give them a long period of a lease knowing that the fact nobody's going to shop that? Now, they're wrong because at the end of the day, they say there is no such thing as racism. They say everything is equal. Everybody's able to go to the mall. We able to get every person establishment, their own establishment. But the way they treat these companies and these small black companies, I think is wrong. And I think they should be held accountable. And like Christopher said, I think they need to be sued. But go ahead, Hakeem. I know you're going to go in on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go in. I didn't have a problem with it. I thought that these are corporations. These are buildings. They got leases. They can do whatever they want. You should not be mad. You should improvise. That's one point. Second, brick and mortar businesses are dead. Everything's online. So I don't know what, like, don't get me wrong. A lot of these guys are making money on brick. There must be special business to do that. We know there's a percentage of black people who still shops in stores and this and that. But then you also got to understand there's certain, like people got to look at it from this point. There's certain malls that want a certain type of crowd to come in. Not and listen, I'm just being specific about this. And there is an assumption of something which is not true. I always say this. Why get mad? Nigga, buy out a mall. Niggas is not buying out malls yet. Don't get mad when they kick you out. Chuck it up to the gang. Call some big money niggas. Y'all go get a mall. A lot of malls are being desolate now. So to get mad and say, oh, they kicking me out, you telling me your business is tied to a brick and mortar shop? You're hoping the foot traffic comes through there? We need to, and I say do better if cooperative economics or if niggas supported you, you can shut your store down tomorrow and still make money. That shit don't mean nothing. I can understand where they're coming from, but if that was me and I get shut down, I say, okay, well, I'm gonna go next. I'm not gonna let nobody stop me. You can't stop the money. You're not gonna stop the money. I just think that when I look at this, I'm like, the second one seemed like they're selling short-term leases. And especially too, if there was a couple incidents that were linked to your store, hell yeah, they're gonna get you out the store. You're guilty by associating, and it's not even your fault. If a nigga came over there, bought some sneakers, and he busting out in the parking lot, yeah, you're guilty by that. I'm sorry, it's just business. What you supposed to do?
That was, y'all both made good points. Like what you said, Ronnie. Like how you say I came, but I'm going a different route, and y'all gonna love this.
Yeah.
Y'all know the name of a guy named Nipsey Hussle? I'm in LA bound. So right, this man had a dream of buying his own clothing store called Marathon between Slauson and Crenshaw. Built money, got the location, start building there. All of a sudden, they want to start raising the rent up. And it was just in the strip mall. And then now Now at the time he got it. Now the people that own it, they want to keep hiking up the rent. Want to keep hiking up the rent. Want to keep hiking up the rent. So instead of when Nipsey did said, "Hey, what the hell, keep paying the rent?" You know what that man did? He bought the whole strip mall. Since you want to hike up my rent, I'm gonna buy the whole strip mall. Mm-hmm. Not just his store, the whole strip mall. So my thing is, if stuff happens like this in malls or shopping centers like that, either you find yourself have your own location, your own land, your own location, or find somebody or go somewhere in the Black community and have and put your stuff right there. My thing is this: I understand of how these malls, shopping centers, they keep prices out the rent, kicking each other out, but I think that they can do whatever they want. If they have it, if they bought, they can do whatever they want. Not trying to say it's wrong, which it is wrong, but they can do whatever they want. What I'm trying to say is stuff happen like this, and when we hear these people, these businessmen, it sounds like they have very good businesses. And my thing is okay, that's cool, that's great. So if that's the case, why are you not think about making it bigger? Maybe have to give you a bigger location, or have the money, maybe give you like a small warehouse so you can, up your products and really push out online or something like that. And also too, I got another thing I want to say to you guys, especially out there and to the audience. Living here in LA for a couple of years, we have these two kind of expos, festivals we have here at once a month called Black on the Block and Black Market Fleet. They have it once, they have it once a month here. But what it is, it's all Black vendors, clothing, food, whatever. They get a spot. They put like their little fee in there, like a fee in there. So they all have their location, and all their money is to really pay for that lot. They do it once a month. There's two of them, and they have all Black vendors, food, all that. And then it's like between 1 to 6, 1 to 7, and then what they do is promote it on Instagram, Facebook. There's promote it. If I get a chance, I gotta send Tilly to you guys, see what I'm talking about. So my thing is, I see Black people here in LA, even though LA is a big city. Black people, we kind of spread all around. So what Black people here do, they come together, they pick a spot, they pay for it, and then all the Black vendors come. All the Black vendors come, and that's how they get people. And it gets bigger and bigger every year and year and year. They always have something. You see celebrities there that comes in one time. One time, Naomi Osaka was at the Black Market Fee. Black on the Block, once a month. Mario, he goes there. Black celebrities, they come support. And the thing is like, we need to see more of that into other cities, because because LA is very so much diverse, and there's a lot more other races living here than Black people living here. So when we see something like this, when I look at something like this, being in the video, it's like, okay, cool, okay, so that's the case. Why are you not building, buying your own land, building your own store, or buying a mini warehouse so you could, send some more stuff. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but it's kind of like more being a victim, having like a victim mindset. And my thing is, I feel like as Black people, we need to get out of that victim mindset and get what we need to get. Because like I said, I'm hearing Ronnie say this before. We still have spending power in the Black community. And Ronnie, if we don't have it, when we gonna be broke? What was the year again? I can't remember what you said. What was the year?
Which one?
About us having spending power, and we're gonna spend it out. What year was that? 2040 or 2050, something like that?
2053.
Yeah, 2053.
2053.
Yes.
Okay, so my
chills down my body when you say victim mindset. Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes it's about we have a victim mindset. It's like, oh, they trying to push us out. But my thing is, if you so prosper, if you have the money in your business, why are you not moving up, taking it to the next level? Because they just feel like I'm just hearing like they want to stay. Okay, cool. But if you make that much money as you are in your businesses, why you don't move up, take it to the next level? That's all I'm trying to say. I'm seeing it here in LA. They like I said, we're coming together and we're trying to make it to the next level. And it's real, and it's just like a process. Black people are doing well. They know what they do business wise. I'm hearing the echo, guys. My mic is off. But yeah, I mean, this is what I'm seeing. Like, I feel like what I'm here is like a victim mindset, and I think that needs to definitely change in order to improve our black, in our community, and also improve our in black business as well. Because there's so much opportunity out there, other than malls or super strip malls or all that type of stuff. We can do better. If you got to move to another state, fine, or another city, do something, because there's so much opportunities out there that we're not taking it. That's what I got for you guys.
Jordan, you really when I say you really threw it out the box, when you're talking about a victim mindset, we need to just get over that. We need to stop complaining too when stuff happens to us and improvise and stop blaming it on basic things. The world's messed up just in general. We already know this. We already know that there's adversities we're going to face. Be freaking resourceful. I want to shout out to Christopher J. Christopher J, I want to get back to his point and to touch on what you said too. Rinky-dink malls cost billions. Shopping centers are more. Yeah, rinky-dink malls cost. Shopping centers are more affordable. Nevertheless, depending on what you're selling, e-commerce is the best option. Christopher J hit a great point on that. Jordan hit a great point, and Ron hit a great point on that. The problem is, and Urban Noise hit a great point. Black businesses as a whole, we're still 10 years behind. 10 years behind. What I see black businesses still do now, they still making flyers. Some of them don't even have an Instagram. Some of them don't even have a Yelp or Google business. Simple things, not even a URL. A URL is only $8.99. A Shopify store is now they just made it even cheaper, $14 a month. You know what I mean? People don't listen. Another thing is, black people don't spend money on ads. They think word of mouth is still going to do that. And a lot of things too, we want to need to touch on. And I want to talk about this. I don't want people to look at me as Bill Cosby right now. But here's the thing. There's certain businesses that we'd like to do attract certain behaviors. Let's just be honest about it. Let's talk about the turkey leg hut. Women was in there twerking. Women was in there damn near half naked. The owners tried to stop that. And people still had an issue of it. Sometimes you're black and you open up a business, you might be conservative, but your patrons are not. And you want to be it sometimes asks, do you want to be considered a black business, or do your business cater to everybody? Because if it caters to everybody, you have to have a certain mindset. You're not going to make no money just selling to black people alone. We know you black. I can walk into your store and see your face. You feel me? Sometimes white folks don't even care about that. They want to see if the business is there and ain't no foolishness going on. Listen, I lived in Massachusetts, where there's very predominantly white. I've seen white people not go into certain businesses because it didn't look right. And some of these people was not black. I've seen people stop going to Arab businesses, Italians, when it looking a little bit funny in there. So, and I'm not saying that there might not be no biasness when it comes to us. So what, nigga? Annie the F up. Are we going to keep complaining about somebody not liking us? That's just one freaking person. Nigga, check the stats. A lot of people don't know. Hey, Google, what's the population of people in Los Angeles? And that shit take it slow.
I think it's like 20 million.
In 2021, the population of Los Angeles was 3,849,297.
3.8 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's just in Los Angeles. We're not talking about Los Angeles County. We're talking about Arabs, blacks, whites, you name it. You tell me, you open up a business, you can't sell to 3.8 million people? So you tell me they move you from one store. You can't go find another store? Y'all boys can jump in any time. Tell me if
You're not wrong, Hakeem. You're not wrong. And the thing is, you can set up. Like I said, my thing is, it's like you can go to my. This is the other thing too. I don't think black people like Blacklist is doing. They're not going to, radios or content creators like us, so we can promote more. And that's another thing we're having a problem with. You're not going to these like radios that's predominantly black or stuff like us. Like, hey, like for us, we can't approach radio. If you have something you want to promote, we'll promote it.
We'll promote it.
I think, and that's another thing you'll be recycled too. It's like stuff like this. I don't think there's, like I say, you was right about Hakeem. It's like I said, a lot of black people are 5 years, definitely 10 years behind. It's like we have the internet. Technology is on another level right now. You could definitely push promotion of your product. And if you're not doing it, that's just. And the thing is, you can learn from stuff like this on YouTube or just actually learn. It's the information that's out there, but do you want to take that information? It's just if you're lazy or whatever. I don't know.
And not that, but Urban always make a good point when they talk about immigrants come here and make it work instead of complaining. They have a great point on that, because a lot of immigrants, they do come here and they strive and they succeed. So our issue here is we don't have the working economics mentally to go out there to strive and succeed, even though we fail a million times, even though we get doors closed in our face. We're supposed to go out there, get this money, do what we have to do, and better our community. But yet we're going to complain. Prime example, look at those two gentlemen. They complain the fact that lease is not long. If they would have had the same mentality of, okay, the lease is not long, like Jordan said, be like Nipsey Hussle. Okay, cool, fine. Let me join up with this guy. Both leases that got terminated. Let's come together and let's build a big shopping mall center, and then this situation is solved.
You know what group of people I see get harassed, get their stuff taken from them, and they can't complain because it's a language barrier? Mexicans. Mexicans can't even complain. They don't speak English. When they shut down their shop, they take their stuff, they just go open it up down the block.
Not this, Hakeem. If they are like selling food, there's a food stand right across the street from this damn apartment complex. They selling food.
Yeah.
They like they say, they'll get the big old tent. They'll get like their grill, tables. They'll have a sign, hey, tacos $2 or $3. They are all around. They just put to work, even if it's raining. Hey, it was raining back here in LA. It's been raining, according here, rain is bad over here, a couple weeks because we don't experience lots of rain here. They still outside and they keep pushing product. Rain, sleet, snow, whatever, they are out there. Go ahead.
I know, like you said, I know some black businesses who close on rainy days, and they close early.
Yep.
You got to call them by appointment. That's what the new barbers do. Hey, you got to get an appointment. Sometimes they don't even fit your appointment. JD just said something real powerful just now. Heard some of the others say we let Coconut and Fubu fail, yet we support Gucci and Balenciaga.
Yep. Even though they could defend us, it was still buy their stuff. And I don't get that.
Same here though. But then I support that 50%. Then I also say that Coconut and Fubu did not change with the time. They were still 5 years behind. Them niggas didn't want to do no internet marketing. That was okay when rappers, especially called Kanai. I seen an interview. He blew up because most of the rappers did free promo. He didn't have to do anything. He didn't do no work. Now when you come in here and you have to pay for marketing, ads, and all that, you're not going to win. Go look at the interview. Go look at the interview. It's on Vlad TV. Tupac wore his clothes for free. Mind you, too, those rappers still paid for their clothes, too. Let me just say that, too. We don't, listen, that's another issue we got as black businesses, too. We don't like to give free merchandises to content creators to support us. We still want them to pay at times. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's a catch-22 when we're trying to get that. You know what I mean? And listen, I complain with these guys all the time. I wish Chaos Culture Radio was in another level, but I don't complain here. I say we just put in the work. We just put in the work. If black people not here to support, yeah. If black people not here to support, yeah.
This is the problem. We don't have group economics. That is the issue. If we had group economics, all this would have been totally solved. There wouldn't have been no issue. We won't be even complaining about this right now. We won't be complaining about this right now. Hey, somebody block the spam in the chat. That's spam in the chat.
Snipers block the spam.
Economic is the issue.
Snipers block the spam.
Yeah, that's spam.
Yep. And let me tell you something about these big companies like Gucci and Balenciaga, they type of stuff. They don't do discounts, right? They don't do discounts.
Whoa.
But as black people, we always say, hey, can we get that for like 20% off, 30% off?
Jordan,
I always want like a discount.
You're going to get us in trouble today, though.
But you pay full prices for Balenciaga, Gucci, and all that type of stuff. I'm just saying.
Listen, you're talking about something that is important, Jordan. You're talking about something that is important. And let's really get into that. That's something that we have to touch on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you are a business and you are a black business and you just a business, why are you asking for a discount? Pay your way. If they got a business, pay your way. Don't act. If it's your homeboy, pay the way. If it's $300, hey, let me go. Don't say, let me give you half. When I get the money, I'm gonna pay you straight up. And listen, here's the funny thing is, most of us want it for free. How you expect him to re-up on inventory if you keep giving free shit?
And then also, you heard of the black spending power by asking for discount. If you pay full, that's how a black business keep going up and up, and we have a better spending power. But you keep asking for discounts, that's not gonna help.
It's something that in 2023 we're still having these conversations. We're still having these conversations because we're still lagging behind in everything. You know what I'm saying? What do? We're going to keep having these conversations. If enough people was to support us, we could support other people. If enough people wouldn't have, there's situations we could support. Shout out to Sugar Bomb
is in the house. Sugar Bomb is in the house. Sugar Bomb let you go off. But anyhow, the problem is we do not support each other. We complain, and then we say it's the white man's fault. But this is the thing. If it's really the white man's fault, how come a guy come from Africa and win?
Ooh.
How come a guy come from Haiti and win? How come a guy come from South Korea and win? It's the mentality. It's the stop complaining and stop doing. That's the problem.
Woo.
Speak it, Ronnie.
Facts, Ronnie. My former boss. He's a Nigerian guy from Boston. His name is Mr. A. I just was on the phone with him. He has a fleet of cars that he does limo driving. Majority of his customers are white. He sells cars on the side. Majority of his customers are white. He does real estate. Majority of his customers are white. I'm only saying this to the point that I don't know what people think sometimes. This is America. You can effing get it here. The point is, our mindset needs to change and think that we can only landscape and serve only blacks alone. We have to he says, where the proof to immigrants are winning, they're all over the place, baby.
Yeah.
They're all over.
I mean, just look at your big. Look at hey, where's the proof? We can save a lot of proof. You gotta look around. Sugar Plums, you gotta look around. You have to look around.
Listen, not only proof, I can show it by facts. I don't know, where's she from? Where you from, Sugar Plum?
Yeah, where are you from?
Sugar Plum, where you from?
Shout out to Jackson Hospital, but go ahead.
So Jackson Hospital CEO is a person of Haitian descent. In the New York State, here's the thing, in Port Authority, for people who don't know this, Port Authority, the security company that runs the security, that does the security, is a Nigerian company that runs that.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yes, the security. Sugar Plum, you from DC. What part of DC you from? What part of DC?
Chocolate City.
Northwest, Southeast? Because you got a bunch of Nigerians over there running wild. The Ghanaians are running wild there.
Yep.
They're running wild.
All right. What about Ethiopians too? Do they live there too? They might Ethiopians?
Yeah, but it's mainly Ethiopians are there. Matter of fact, Halisiasi grandson lives there. But I'm talking about when I say they're running wild, it's a bunch of Nigerians with a bunch of IT companies. Oh, you from the north? Oh, you from Northwest? It gets busy there. I've been to DC before. I've been to DC. I got hemmed up in DC too. Niggas ran down on me too there. They ran down on me.
Not that, but how can you watch this? All you gotta do is go, especially in the hood. Look at the corner store. It's run by Arabs. The laundry is run by Arabs.
Here in LA, Korean, you go to Koreans, they all these liquor stores, all that type of stuff. They all around. You go to your black community, look around.
She say,
do you see more black businesses than other immigrants have black businesses, or you see more immigrants doing their black businesses than black businesses? It's right there in the black community. You just gotta see it. That's what I said. You gotta look around.
Okay.
She do make a good point. Hakeem. She make a good point.
Same here in LA. But go ahead.
She does make a good point, but with the low population of them, that small number of people are actually holding a lot of weight when it comes to certain companies. Now, mind you, we're not discrediting our African American brothers. We know some brothers out here doing some big things. We're not saying that. We know some, but here's the thing now. I live in Florida, and I've been to certain places where I know the population is where people who are running it is sometimes a foreigner guy who's really getting it, and he might be competing with some other black guys, but they're getting it. I'm not saying it's like that. If we was on the same accord, we can blow up some businesses. What he says, there's more black businesses. DC is the land of young black professionals. That is true, but DC still population of black-owned businesses is very low, sweetheart. Check the statistics. She said we have the highest number of young black professionals under 30. You do, but a lot of y'all don't own businesses in DC. Trust me, I got people who went to Howard. Like I used to go to DC all the time. I love it there. I would move there. I wanted to move to Hattiesburg and Germantown. I really love it there. Love it there. Like I wanted to marry a DC girl. She was from the Northwest. But the thing about it is, black businesses. Hey Google, what is okay Google, what is the percentage of black businesses in the U.S.?
I think it's very small. It's not that
The
big.
United States of America's black population is 13.6.
13.6. No. Hey Google, black business population.
I don't know, but I
Yeah,
found
the
these results
population of
on
America.
search.
And listen, just 2.4% of U.S. businesses have black owners. 2.4.
Hey, Hakeem, go to blackdemographics.com. And they'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fresh Sound just came with another one. Majority of the landscaping businesses here in Florida are run by immigrants.
Facts. That's fact.
Hispanic guys.
Facts.
Majority of the construction companies here are run by immigrants.
Yes, sir.
That is true. Most immigrants come here poor as hell and leave here rich as hell as well. Most of the immigrants here in Florida, when you have places like Houston, Dallas, Miami, what they call safe haven cities for immigrants, there are some of the most highest in home ownership populations. Black demographic is not accredited the source of information.
She's right though. She is right. It's not a credited resource of information. However, people still use it for because it still has some accurate number there.
Right. It's not I'm not saying it's the best, but it's probably the closest that we have to for our black community. I mean, she's not wrong about that, but go ahead.
Yeah, she's not right. She say they leave rich because their homeland is still poor as fuck. Yeah, that's government issues. But the thing about it is, the whole premise of this thing is this. There's a mindset that the immigrants come here that when they come here, they sprint compared to jogging, compared to us. We born here, we just gonna jog. Them niggas come here and they sprint. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna sprint.
Well, Noise, you're right about that. Most of these immigrants outwork Americans. That's true.
Oh my God.
You can tell.
Listen, I seen a video of a farming land in Alabama where most of them was loading up watermelons, and there was a Hispanic guy who was just throwing up like literally 20 watermelons per 15 minutes. And they said that when they had to hire regular people and raise the price, he said the normal people in the city couldn't handle the work. There's a lot of work here people cannot handle. I live my next door neighbor. Go ahead. I got a neighbor, and I'm gonna let you finish. I got a neighbor here. You live 2 doors here. He came here from the Virgin Islands as a busboy. He came here. He said his first job was a busboy. He said in a year he went and bought a house just off of washing dishes.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Sugar Bones, you said most immigrants work for less if they're not winning. But I'll tell you this: most immigrants, where they come from, they get paid way less than where they come from here. So when they look at this, I think it's more prosperous, and they can build on that, and they can, build on it, and they can invest in buying land over that type of stuff.
And now
they might get paid off, but they know how to say it. Go ahead, Ronnie.
Not only that, the thing is about these immigrants, they come here, remember they come from poorness, so they come here and see America for what American is. Capitalism. You're supposed to come here and capitalize whatever America has for resources. People that live here in America don't capitalize nothing. So then when they see someone from Africa come here, become use their money, use their resources, they take it on, they get upset. Because they understand how America goes. They do research about America over there in their homeland. Be doing the same thing. Because we are all United States citizens. Yeah, I can.
She said physical jobs are dying. Not yet.
No, they're not.
Not yet, baby.
Because no, they're not. Because most of physical labor jobs are by men. Women don't do it. Women don't go consider do physical labor jobs. You see, when you look at I think it's President Miami, they still get condominiums. Who is there?
Majority
are, you can say, are immigrants. They don't take the job.
Yeah.
You come here in LA, they like I say, they still building condominiums out here. Who do I see? The immigrants building, especially Latinos. They are building. You just gotta go out and look. They are building and they're getting money. They are getting paid. I see. Obviously, I'm not impressed by immigrants working. But the thing is about the sugar plums. That's $7.50 in Washington. Here in LA, minimum wage is $16.
Sugar
if you go to New York, it might be higher than that. These immigrants know what they're doing. All they do, they don't spend money on necessary stuff like we do. They save their money and they build. They save like 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 years in order to get what they need to get.
Fact, Jordan. Fact.
It is out there. Like I said, it's not just in LA, Houston, Dallas, Atlanta. It's all over. It's all over in the cities.
Boy, you talking to
She said, I'm not impressed by no one living 30 people in 3 bedrooms. Okay, thank you, Sugar Boss. I'm giving you another example right there. 30 in 3 bedrooms. How much money they saving? All these people are working. How much money they saving? Our culture is messed up.
She said California have the most homelessness. We know that. That's a fact.
That's a city problem. That's matter of fact, California. That's a state problem. That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. We have the most homeless, but that's a whole nother problem.
Sugar Mom ready for the debate. She going to debate you.
I like Sugar Bombs. Hey, Sugar Bombs, keep it coming. I like it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Hey, Jabari made a good point. Jabari saying that most men is making 6-figure in New York. Most garbage.
That is true.
That's in New York.
That is a fact. That is a fact. But I wanted to comment on something Sugar Plum said. That Sugar Plum, it's a lot of y'all who are RNs and still live in apartments. I know some dishwashers and people who work at. I know some dishwashers and some people who work at Burger King who went and bought houses. I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to compare apples to oranges. You know what I mean? I'm just, it is what it is. Immigrants help this economy. She say immigrants don't impress me. Get more money, baby. They getting money.
They're getting money. You just not seeing it. They don't impress me because I know you don't care about them, but immigrants are getting money.
They're getting money, baby.
Money. It's like like I said, like especially in Miami, they come from South America just to build these condominiums.
Yeah, and they're buying houses and they're flipping.
Yeah. And the thing, and here they come like here in LA. Most of these immigrants are coming from either from Mexico, Central America, from Asia, from Australia. They come and they build it, and the thing is, they're quiet about it. We like to talk about it, building. What they do is they are quiet. It's like, okay, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna get my money. Don't say anything. They focus on getting their money. They focus on their future. They focus on to build.
Sure, but I'm not gonna lie. You make a good point when it comes to the Asian community. Yes, the Asian community do generate the most wealth. It's because why? They circulate their dollars within the community. You rarely Asian shop outside of the community. You rarely see that. The only time I actually see an Asian person shop if they shop at like someone like a nice organic store, like a Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, something like that. But they rarely go outside of their community. Black people need to learn something from that.
They say Asians' money circulate in the black community like 20 times before it leaves.
Yep.
20 times. Ours is only 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. And they feed, especially they definitely deep in the black community because they just feeding and feeding and feeding. Liquor. We sell liquor. We put liquor store into the black community. Oh, we getting paid. We getting money.
Hey, what about the Korean nail stores? The Korean nail stores, the Arab hair stores. 2 hours.
Yeah.
The Brazilian butt lifts. The Brazilian, the 26 inches. Where you get that from? She said,
You don't have to, Sugar Buns. We're not saying you don't have to. The 30 people, 40 people, you don't have to. But the thing is, people that live in a big house, they're really into family. They know that like I said, they're really into family. It's a cultural thing. So that's why they stay, so they can build. So when they have the money to build and leave, they can leave the house. They are building. It's all about their culture, the family unit, and they build it. That's why they stay. Us black people, we dig differently. We just got we got to be in these luxury apartments, get money and look good. It's more than just looking good. What are you doing to help your community? It's not just about yourself. If you want to be selfish, that's fine. But if you want to build for your next generation, your kids, your generations, you got to build for your future. It starts by building for yourself and building all that.
Yeah, she said
she was a fool, man.
She said BBLs are done by immigrants. BBL, you off the chain. Sugar Plum, you off the chain.
Thank you, Sugar Bombs. Thank you.
Sugar Bomb be on that Henny. She's on a black man they get ass surgery.
Yeah, she off the chain. You off the chain, boy.
Damn. See that black man get ass surgery. I never heard nothing like that before. I got me doing.
No, she's right. What's his name? Batman Quavo. What's his name?
Batman
I don't know.
He got surgery. He got ab surgery. Go ahead.
Listen, I heard Drake came down to Mr. Miami to get ab surgery.
What? Allegedly.
Yeah, that's a rumor. Allegedly. Facts.
Boy, y'all having fun tonight.
No, tell me about it.
Boy, she gonna come in. It's like a roll.
Oh, congratulations! Like, can you receive 100 messages today? Oh, no, I can't say it on our show today. We received 100 messages.
Oh, no.
They gave you a crown. They gave us a crown. And hey, Sugar Bombs, we want to thank you for that. Thank you, Sugar Bombs. We appreciate you. Thank you, Sugar Bombs. We appreciate you.
Hey, Sugar Bombs, since you do that, we're gonna throw a show in DC. We're gonna do a show in DC.
Yep.
Listen. We're gonna do it at Howard Homecoming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, we got 2 minutes left. Let's see if anybody got anything to say. Any questions? We got 2 minutes left.
Questions, baby. 2 minutes left. 60 minutes is that mark. 60 minutes is that mark.
No, but Sugar Bomb hit a lot of great points. Chris hit a great point. Barry hit a great point. Urban Noise, Fresh Noise hit all great points. Yeah. I think the black community need to do better when it comes to the aspect of good economics and really circulating our dollars. We don't circulate enough of our dollars, and I think that's why a lot of these black businesses are suffering in the mall. I'm not gonna lie, we live in Florida. So even in Florida, you don't really see black businesses in the mall. I don't really see it. I only see Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Balenciaga, and all these other companies. What they saying?
She said, "How would y'all have black people grow?" That's a beautiful question.
Good question. How we have black people grow? I think it starts with education. That's the most thing. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is wealth. So the more you educate our people, that's the only way we can grow. Now you get, and not only that, I think it starts with the little one. I think, the older generation is already fucked up. The older people, we already fucked up. there's no hope for us. Like when you hit the age of 40, forget it. But the young generation, like the 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 7-year-old, you know, in other cultures, you know, they train them that young because they know if you get them that young, they'll prosper before they hit 12. I don't know, Jordan, have a take on that. Go ahead.
Hey, I also start invest. Hey, if I have kids, this is what I'm doing when I have my kids. Me and my wife had kids. They gonna, as soon as they come out the womb, they're gonna have an RRA account. Meaning they're gonna start. They're gonna have stocks by the time they're born.
Fact.
So by the time they're 30s and 40s, and teach them like how to keep sustain long-term money. And by the time you hit when I said when you hit 10s and 20s, this is how much your money gonna grow in the stock. When you hit 30s and 40s, this is how much your money grow on the stock.
Preach.
So Brian's brought about, you know, educate our young ones and also start investing in our young ones, meaning give them accounts what they need to have and all that type of stuff. Go ahead, again.
That was a wonderful take. You know, the thing that I learned that, you know what, we never had in school. We need a personal finance class. You remember how they used to have I forgot what is this, like ESC life class or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We need a life class that encompasses personal finance, where they teach you about credit cards, teach you about bank accounts, how to fill out an application. We need this like ninth grade. From ninth grade to 12. And another thing we need to bring trades back into the high school. Some of y'all don't go to college after y'all go to high school. Every school need to have a trade where when you graduate, you have a piece of paper that say you can do something. So if you know how to work in mechanics, you go right to the mechanic shop. You know how to do hair, you go right to a salon. You know how to do nails, you go right to there. Everybody don't need to go to college, but we need to bring the trades back in there and have the personal finance class encompass with that. You know what I'm trying to say? Then there should be some extra curriculum outside where there's an entrepreneur class that you can have that encompass too, because you have 4 years of school. You can encompass this everything we're talking about within 4 years. It's enough information to do it.
Hey, Jabari made a great point. He said now in Michigan and Florida, you have to pass a financial literacy class in order to graduate. Hey, Hakeem, I think that should be required all around the United States. Mandatory across all the United States.
If you don't know how to balance it, listen, most kids don't even know how to write a check. They don't even know how to balance a checkbook. They don't even know how to listen. There's some black people now can't even spell budget. Budget. They don't even know what a budget it means. They just swipe.
Well, guys, we hit our hour mark. We want to thank you guys for coming here. Man, you guys was amazing. We love it when we see Jabari, Sugar Bum, especially Christopher J. Thank you for coming. Christopher, thank you for coming. Urban Noise, you know we love you. You always come. Fresh Noise, you always come. Even people on Instagram. Remember, guys, before you leave, make sure you hit the like button. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to Chaos Culture Radio on YouTube and also on Instagram. And make sure you hit that notification bell on the right-hand side, because we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. So thank you guys for the video. We over and out.
Peace.
Oh, let me end it with that.
We out Instagram. Peace.
Go ahead.
This is a hey, we play independent artists. So Sugar Plum, you got some DC niggas that rap. Send us his music. This is an artist from out of South Carolina, Mr. KG, out of South Carolina. Geechee, he's a Geechee. South Carolina. Love you.
Let's go to the juke joint so we can have a good time. You can bring your friends and maybe I can bring mine. Let's go to the juke joint so we can have a good time. You can bring your friends and maybe I can bring loving. Let's go to the juke joint so we can have a good time. You can bring your friends, and maybe I can bring mine. Let's go to the juke joint so we can have a good time. 'Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be rolling with Kid. Hey, Mr. Green, what's going on? All right now, won't you tell that DJ play my favorite song? 'Cause the night is young and the people are dancing.
Hey, tomorrow we going to the round table tonight.
Some ladies that need romancing. Let's go to the juke joint so we can have a good time. You can bring your friends, and maybe I can bring mine. Let's go to the juke joint so we can have a good time. 'Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be rolling with Kid. So now I want to take the time out to give a shout out to Mr. Green with some of the best food and drinks and good time
Yeah, it
that
does.
you ever seen in your life. So if you ever find yourself on this side of the Mississippi, come on down to Mr. Green and let's have a good time. Let's go to the juke joint so we can have a good time. You can bring your friends, and maybe I can bring mine. Let's go to the juke joint so we can have a good time. 'Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be rolling with Kid. Let's go to the juke joint so we can have a good time. You can bring your friends, and maybe I can bring mine. Let's go to the juke joint so we can have a good time. 'Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be rolling with Kid. Let's go to the juke joint so we can have a good time. You can bring your friends, and maybe I can bring mine. Let's go to the juke joint so we can have a good time. 'Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be rolling with Kid.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in with us.
Peace.